Let's face it, learning a new skill can sometimes feel like trying to train a cat to fetch. You put in the effort, follow all the steps, and yet nothing. Or perhaps you've convinced yourself that simply reading a book on the topic will magically upload the knowledge into your brain like you're in the Matrix. Spoiler alert, it won't. The truth is, most traditional learning methods are about as effective as a screen door on a submarine. Rote memorization? Well, that is a guaranteed way to forget everything in a week. Passive learning? Just a fancy way of saying, let's pretend we're learning while we scroll through Instagram. But the problem isn't you. It's the outdated techniques that ignore how the brain actually learns. Your brain isn't a sponge. It's more like a detective, constantly searching for patterns, making connections, and figuring out how to apply new information. So if you've been learning the hard way, it's time to switch things up. What if I told you there are scientifically proven strategies to master any skill at lightning speed? And by the way, I'm not talking about some sketchy brain-enhancing supplement that costs $99.99 per bottle. This video provides 3 proven strategies that will help you improve your learning speed. You will be able to retain information longer and actually enjoy the process. Want to learn a new language, play an instrument, code an app, or finally beat your grandpa at chess? These strategies work for everything. So, whether you want to master a skill for work, for fun, or just to flex on social media, buckle up because we're about to transform the way you learn forever. And by the time we are done, you will realize that learning any skill is perfectly achievable. Strategy 1. Stop snoozing and start learning. Let's be honest. Passive learning is the educational equivalent of watching workout videos while eating a donut. Sure, you feel productive, but are you actually getting anywhere? Watching endless tutorials, zoning out in lectures, or reading a book without applying it might make you feel smart. But when it comes time to actually use the knowledge, poof, gone. Like that diet you promised to start last Monday. Here's the harsh truth. Passive learning gives you a false sense of progress, while your brain quietly forgets everything by next week. That's where desirable difficulty comes in. It's the idea that struggling a little, but not too much, makes learning stick. Think of it like lifting weights for your brain. Sure, it's tough, but that's how you get stronger. Instead of just soaking in information, you need to wrestle with it. And then there's active recall, a game changer. Instead of passively reviewing notes, you force your brain to retrieve information, like quizzing yourself, using flashcards, or, my personal favorite, explaining a concept to an imaginary audience of highly interested houseplants or your pets. Studies show this drastically improves memory and helps you avoid the dreaded "I swear I knew this yesterday" moment. Bottom line, if you want to master a skill fast, ditch the passive approach. Challenge yourself, get your brain in the game, and make learning an active sport. Otherwise, you're just collecting knowledge like unread books on a shelf. Nice to look at, but not much use when it really counts. Strategy 2. Stop hoarding knowledge. Learning a skill without using it is like buying a treadmill and letting it collect dust while you eat chips on the couch. Sure, you own it, but is it doing anything for you? That's why just-in-time learning beats just-in-case learning every time. Instead of stockpiling knowledge like an over-prepared survivalist who still doesn't know how to start a fire, you apply what you learn immediately, making it stick like a catchy song you can't get out of your head. Think about it. Would you learn to swim by watching 50 hours of tutorials before stepping into a pool? Nope. You'd jump in and practice. Obviously, not the deep end first. The same goes for any skill. For instance, are you learning to code? Then, build a mini project now. Trying to pick up Spanish? Start talking to real people. Bad accents and all. Real-world application forces your brain to work, reinforcing knowledge in a way that simply reading about it never will. The more you do, the more confident you become. Because, let's be honest, nothing kills motivation faster than realizing you've spent months learning something and still freeze when it's time to use it. So, stop waiting for the perfect moment and start using this strategy today. Because at the end of the day, the best way to prove you've learned something is to do it, not just think about doing it. Okay, before we dive into strategy 3, listen to this fun fact. Statistics have shown that when viewers subscribe to a sound channel like mine, they prevent one YouTuber from having an existential crisis. Therefore, if you find value in this video, please hit the subscribe button to join our growing community. We appreciate your support. Thank you. Strategy 3. Leverage the magic feedback loops. Ever tried learning something new, messed up spectacularly, and then just moved on, hoping no one noticed? Yeah, that's how not to improve. Instead, use the feedback loop strategy, the ultimate learning hack that helps you suck less at whatever you're trying to master. Get feedback fast and ensure it is specific. For instance, if someone tells you that needs improvement, technically, it's useless. But if they say, your presentation was great, but you sounded like a robot reading a ransom note, boom, now you know what to fix. Remember, self-assessment is great, but external feedback from someone who actually knows what they're doing is like getting a GPS when you've been wandering aimlessly through Skillville. Because, let's be honest, you don't know what you don't know. Mentors, coaches, and even brutally honest friends can point out blind spots you didn't even know existed. Think of it like spinach in your teeth. You need someone to tell you it's there before you embarrass yourself. A mentor's insight can save you months or years of trial and error, and all it takes is a little humility and a thick skin. Because yes, feedback can sting, but so does staying mediocre forever. Bottom line, learning without feedback is like shooting arrows in the dark. The faster you get feedback, the faster you improve. So embrace the loop, fail, adjust, repeat, and watch yourself level up in record time. And so there you have it. 3 scientifically backed strategies that separate the skill acquisition superstars from the crowd. Remember, the difference between people who pick up skills quickly and those who don't isn't natural talent. It's having a system. Think about it. How many skills have you put off learning because you thought it would take forever? How many times have you said, I'm too old to start that now? Meanwhile, someone else started, put in their 20 hours, focused on the critical 20%, embraced their embarrassing failures, taught others, stayed in their growth zone, and engineered their environment, and now they're the naturally gifted person everyone envies. The truth is both liberating and terrifying. You could be surprisingly good at almost anything within a month of focused effort. The only question is whether you'll actually do it. Your future self is eagerly waiting to thank you for starting today. And hey, if you found this helpful, why keep it to yourself? Subscribe for more game-changing insights, hit that like button like it owes you money, and share this with a friend who keeps saying they'll start tomorrow. Let's build a community of unstoppable learners. Now go out there and crush it. We believe in you. Thank you.